Hey guys, welcome to a brand new video to this channel. Welcome to Friday, which only means one thing. Welcome to Runescape free Marketwatch. Now, before we get started, I'd like to say a massive thank you all for the likes, comments, and subscriptions this week. It has been a massive week for the channel and a massive week of content as well. Now, anytime I do a video, there is always links in the corner to content which we've done for the video or content which will relate to this video. So make sure to keep an eye out. They play between the first sort of 10 seconds and minute and a half to keep an eye out for. So in terms of content for this week for RuneScape, we've only really had the post about the frequently asked questions for Treasure Hunter, which we did a post on the other day. I'll make sure that's in the corner if you guys want to check it out. Basically just overlays what the plans are with the removal of Treasure Hunter. Now we've hit the 100,000 signatures last week. However, we are not here for that. We are here for one thing and one thing only, the RuneScape free Marketwatch, where we go through the Grand Exchange price rises and price falls on the homepage to pick out any investments, items up in price, or ways for you to make a little bit more profit with your RuneScape free time. Now, with the post of the frequently asked questions, there was sort of like a little nudge towards a double XP coming in November. I'm very surprised it hasn't been announced because normally they like to give us like a week or two's notice. Just prepare for it, but I would like to hope that price rises will sort of like point that in the direction with some things up in price. Now, we still have some of the Halloween things around, whether that's in rises or falls, but we'll try and sort of not spend too much time on things like cosmetics or stuff like that. Now, let's get started. So a basic log is now 1.4k. That is now gone up a little bit, and a really good way for people to make a little bit of GP on entry with their account. We have the yellow Halloween mask, currently at a Grand Exchange price of 378 mil. Whether it's that price or not, I don't think it will be. There are some prices which take an awful long time to update for the Grand Exchange compared to what price is selling for, so there'll be some items here which are really up in price and really down in price when we go to price falls. But the yellow Halloween mask over the next couple of months will find its price and sort of settle where it needs to, very similar to the soul-dyed one here, which is valued at 1.2 bill. We have the black salamander, 2.3k each. We have a bronze arrow 66 GP, bloodweed seed up to 22.5. and a standard plank 266. Shadow creature wildcard 3.3k each, a unicorn horn 710 and an arrow shaft at 33. Goldstone spirits 1.2k, which is starting to get a little bit expensive for a goldstone spirit. And I know I did the video going over 7-day bond and the fact that he was going to do gold for all of his last wills. You don't have to do it just with gold. The same method of a juju and a stone spirit works with pretty much anything to mine. So you can go to do different stuff. I just do goldstone spirits because I think it's slightly more profit, and my account doesn't really have much access to the higher tier stuff. We have a steel bar, just over 2,000 coins, a swamp tar 314, and a purple dye 5.6k. Red dragon hide is 1.3, an unpowered orb is 79, and a wine of Sarah up in price 37.8k. Catalytic anima stone 1.1k each, green dye 6.8, a green dragon hide 725 GP each, and a cut ruby 407. We have ghost essence at 7.6k, a skills necklace for whatever reason is a price of 17k. That's really expensive, and I know like it's a little bit annoying to do, but maybe that could be like a valid moneymaker, whether you buy uncharged skill necklaces or just charge some dragonstone necklaces with the enchant spell when you have access to them. We have the haunted whetstone 121.7 mil, and this is one of the items I was talking about earlier on. The Grand Exchange price is so out of whack at the price it's currently traded. From one couple of your comments this week in numerous videos, I've been told a few times that this is clearly over 2 bill and it's something which the Grand Exchange is nowhere near. We have a gold bar at 2.2k, iron bar 2,000 coins each, molten glass 204 and a yellow dye 7.1k. The noxious scythe is 316.6 mil, adamant stone spirit 26 GP each. Starbloom flower 25,000 coins and the orange Halloween mask is 63.5 mil. Bayonator 4.6k each, blue dragon hide 1200 coins and a raw swordfish 344. Calgarian demons up in price 111.7k and quam incense sticks at 18. Purple sweets at 3.3k, ancient scales at 673.8 and eternal magical wood spirits 10,000 coins each. I have no idea why they're this price because the logs ain't even anywhere near that sort of price. So if you are using these wood spirits, please let me know why in the comments, because I don't know if I'm just missing something, but they're just so overpriced for what they are. Fellstalk seeds 7.5k, clean lanternimes 5.6, a 4-dose super defense 10.5 and hardened dragon bones 11.1. We have grapes at 7.2, soft clay 836 GP and a magic log 944. Necrytor 3.8k each. We have chinchompers, the standard normal ones, 225, and raw blue blubber jellyfish, 11.3k each. A standard teleport to the house tab is 7.5, Robes of the First Necromancer 126.5 mil, and an Elder Wood Spirit 9.8k each. Prayer renewals for a 4-dose 20,000 coins, a silver bar is 2.2, uncut rubies 463, and a cut sapphire 319. Rune dart tips up in price 278, great method if you're a free to play and you have access to it, really AFK. Cooked Swordfish 147, a Hellhound Binding Contract 77.7, Headless Arrows 81 GP each, and a Bottled Dinosaur Raw in a price of 10.7k. Raw Rocktail 988, Elder Logs is 10.4k, Ultra Compost 11.8, and a Yak Hide 311. We have the Pink Sands Hat at 58 mil, Brown Dye at 74 GP each, a Crush Nest at 225, and Powerful Ghost Ink at 14.1. Now, that is price rises, and we kind of brushed through that a little bit quick, but that is one of the best weeks of price rises we've seen in a long time. There are some skilling items here which have been battered over the past couple of weeks, and they're slowly just starting to bubble up. Maybe it's off the back of people thinking there's going to be the double XP, which I generally do think. They've mentioned it in the post. But there's some items here, so let's start from the bottom. Crush Nest, again, that is still sort of recovering from the Glacier. From the Glacier drop change, we have Ultra Compost, which, why is that price? I'll never know, but it's a good way to make some money. We have Elder Logs up in price, back over 10,000 coins. We have Raw Rocktails getting back towards 1,000 coins. Bottled Dinosaur Raws, which are a great merch before a double XP is announced because they're used in Vuln Bombs, one of the best XP in terms like sort of like AFK-ish Herblore, but they're very niche. They're very limited on how many can come into the game. Rune Dart tips, great way to train your fletching, and it's a great moneymaker in free to play if you have the access to it. We have gems, both uncut and cuts, on the way back up as well. Also a little bit of a hint of a PVM sort of push as well, because we have things like Blue Blubber Jellyfish going up, Binding Contracts, Hellhounds, and also Calgarian Demons on the way up. Magic Logs, Grapes, Soft Clay, Lancerdimes, lots of herbs, lots of things you would use in your general like sort of skilling, which is really nice to see that stuff starting to recover in price. It had a bit of a big decrease, which could have been like demand players playing leagues and just not as much players on the main game. But it's nice to see that it is recovering. But we're going to go to price falls now, and this is going to be another bloodbath this week. So we're going to go over a lot of the things for Halloween. I'll pick out the things which are worthwhile because there's some of the overrides, if you're a big person who's into overrides, which are insanely cheap. So let's go and get started. So we have the Witch's Outfit token, 9 mil. The Bloodthirsty Walk Override, 31.3. We have the Zombie Walk Override, which was one of the more expensive ones for a long time. Like, for the longest time, this thing was 500 mil. I sold two for like 450 each probably a year ago. But just having it re-released, and you'll probably get it for under this price as well. Like, these things are going down. Like, you've still got another couple of days of people handing last wills in, and then I imagine after some time they will start to recover. But for at least for the short future, these are going to be really cheap. Also, the Assassin's Walk Override, this thing was over 2 bill, probably like 2 years ago, but this was really expensive. Now it's 160 mil. We have the brand new and sold Pumpkin Mask. So we have red currently valued at 120 mil. I'm pretty sure that's sub 100 mil. And also the black one, it's sub 300 mil. I think that'll be a little bit less as well. These actually benefit your necromancy rituals because they act as candles. So if you are looking for an expensive way, admittedly, to do that, make your rituals a little bit more AFK because you're not having to repair and stuff. And also a very cool cosmetic. They do look really good. I must give it that. They can be picked up for a little bit of deal. Same with these pumpkins. I don't think these pumpkins will ever be classed as like rare, but it could be something to have in your bank just in case if you wanted to as well. But you could definitely pick up some deals here if you're interested in the cosmetics, if you're interested in all the stuff. Like I mentioned last week, for last wills, definitely sort of like get them handed in as soon as you can because the prices are continuously going down. Like I mentioned in the video yesterday, last wills and also the Halloween event is going to finish on Monday. So this Sunday is your last week for the clan event. And also the Monday before the update is the last time you can trade in your last wills. So we're going to sort of like jump from there and then we'll get moving. Impious Ashes 1.1k. These can be a good investment as well because they're using some of the real powerful lower level incense sticks, so really good to keep an eye on those. Silverhawk Feathers 3.1k each. Pumpkin Residual Souls at 16.2 mil. Accursed Ashes 181. Portable Wells 15.5. Portable Fletchers 22.2. And a Portable Crafter 21.4. And the Rangers here as well 22.2. Brazier 22.7. And Workbench 21.9. Not quite sure why they're there. I know that they've been announced they're going to be taken out of the game. And I suppose people might be dumping and stuff. But I thought they'd be around for the year, but I don't know. I guess we'll see like on the post next week what the plan is for those. But people still use these. People still need these to scale. But maybe the people who have a big stock of them are just getting rid. So we shall see. We have Sword of Hours wildcard just under 10,000 coins. Standard Bones 137. Abyssal Creature wildcard 68.5k each. And we have the Crystal Shapeshifters at 5.3. Magic Notepaper 402 GP each. I had a couple of questions about this on the post where we went through like the treasure hunt stuff. Magic Notepaper isn't on the list to be removed. What I'm hoping for is that you can actually make Magic Notepaper untradeable in the game, whether there's an option to make it tradable, like we do with the Surge Codex. You spend a little bit more resource to make it tradable, but you can still make it tradable. So it could be a way to make some money out of invention. The OG Ensoul Pumpkin Mask, 385.6 mil. Artisanal Gears, 284. Slayer wildcards, 117.7k. They managed to creep up a bit, 135k to where at one point. That was really expensive. Bucket of Milk, 347. Nightmare wildcard, 8.4. Flesh Runes, 528. And a Banana, 274. Wretched Jumper, 335. Uncut Moonstone, 106.4k. Blue Dye, 3.5k. Rope, 572. And a Guarana Seed, 1.7k. And a CQ Seed at 10.6. We have Mystic Cloth, 12.5. Greater Demon Wildcard, 7.5. U-Seed, 642. And Infernal Ashes still going down, 315 GP each. These are the same XP as Dragon Bones, admittedly a little bit more annoying to use. But if you have like an Ultra in your Fort for Infantry, use them, and it's incredibly cheap rare XP if you want to do it that way. We have Flax at 75 GP each, Viswax 20.9, pretty big drop down for Viswax actually, that's a bit brutal. And the Tusker's Wrath ability now 3.4 mil, Congealed Blood 887, Golden Roses 938.6k, and the Powder of Penance just below it 616. Mortmire Fungus 1.3k, Sapphire Ring 1.8, Animal Furs 4.7, and Chronotes now down 286 GP each. Pretty big hit there on the Chronotes. And then finally, wrapping the week up 493 GP for a Grimy Irit. Now price rise is definitely one for sort of like the big bump in all those skilling items, but the price falls is still a bloodbath. Mainly on the Halloween items, that's taken up most of the price falls for this week, but also the treasure hunter items as well, taking a beating. Now, depending on what date they announce that they're going to remove these items from the game, might be the fact that these can be picked up for a little bit of a profit, but the post is going to come on the 12th, so that's going to come on next week, next Wednesday. And then what I'll do in next week's Marketwatch, we'll do a little bit of a starter going through it as well, because I think that will affect the price rises and price falls quite big, depending on what it's going to be. But thank you guys so much for watching. This weekend, plenty of videos for you guys. We're going to do some more of the Escaping Free-to-Play series, where we're in members on a 2-week bond. Show you guys how to make a little bit of GP from a fresh account. But if you're enjoying the videos, keep hitting that subscribe button. It's really helping me out to be seen by more and more people. Thank you for liking the video. Any things you want to see in terms of series or sort of videos or content, drop in the comment section below and we'll always make sure to do it. But thank you guys so much for the support, and I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.